Alright, so for number 25, you have a piecewise function made up of two pieces. I've already color-coded it and labeled some things. So the first piece is this one right here, purple. We're graphing the equation y equals x plus 6 for all values of x less than 0. So that's why I drew a dotted line here on the y-axis, because that's where x is 0. And to the left of it, I labeled it with y equals x plus 6. To the right, I labeled it with y equals 6 because of this here. So this says that y equals 6 for all x greater than or equal to 6. And so then you, the O here is for open and the C here is for closed dot. So let's go ahead and plot what we have. The open dot, 0, 6, will go right here. The slope of the line is 1. So since I can't do up 1, right 1, I'm going to do down 1, left 1. So my next point would be right there. And I just go down, slope of 1. Oops, a little crooked there, all the way down. Okay. The second piece is a horizontal line, y equals 6, starting at 0, 6. That's a closed dot right there. And we just go across. Okay, it's not asking for domain and range, but domain would be all reals, and range would be from negative infinity to positive 6. Okay, so for number 26, I did the same thing. I color-coded it and labeled it for you. The O's represent the open dots, so negative 3, 4, and 1, 0 would be for the first piece, the pink part. And how I got those points is I just replaced the domain endpoints here into the formula, into the equation. So negative 3, 1 minus negative 3 is 4, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so that's a segment with a slope of negative 1. So let me go ahead and plot that. Negative 3, 4 would be here, and 1, 0 would be right here. And so connect those. And there's a graph. And then for the purple one, it's just a dot on 1, negative 1. And then for the last piece, it's a square root function, so it's like a half sideways parabola. And I only have right now the point 1, negative 1, right? Which is, it overlaps with this one right here. So I just pick other numbers for x. So let's say 4. If x is 4, square root is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. If x is 9, square root of 9 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 6, 7, 8, 9 would be right about here. So remember, it's not a line, it's a curve. And there's a graph. And so the domain for this one would be, it's not all reals, it actually starts on negative 3. So the domain would be from negative 3 to infinity with parentheses on the negative 3. And the range would be from negative 1 to positive infinity. And because the point right here is closed on 1, negative 1, it's a bracket. Okay? Okay, so we need to find, we're going to do transformation on this function. So we're going to identify the b hack. So b is 1 because that's a coefficient of x right here. So it's 1. The h is what we add or subtract to the x, but it's the opposite of what you see. So here we have x minus 2, so the h is actually positive 2. The a is the coefficient of the function, so that would be the 2 right here. And then the k is what you add or subtract to the actual function, so that would be what you see here, so that's going to be negative 1. So remember, these affect the x, these affect the y. So right, I already listed the points down here that are marked on your graph. So you're going to do x plus 2 and 2y minus 1. So let's transform the points. So these 4 points become negative 4 plus 2, that's negative 2. Then 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1 is 3. Then negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And then 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. And then 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. And then 3 plus 2 is 5. And then 2 times 2 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. So we're going to go ahead and plot those points. Wait, I made a mistake somewhere here. 2, 4 minus 1 is 3. Oh, sorry. In the initial thing, just noticed right now. This is negative 2. I wonder it didn't make sense. And so 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, so this would be negative 5 right here. Okay, now it makes sense. So we're going to plot these points. Negative 2, 3. 0, negative 5. 2, negative 5. And 5, 3. And then connect them in the same way that they are in the original. And you could see there is an obvious vertical translation. And then the points got moved to the right 2 and down 1. But there's an obvious vertical translation. Alright, so in this transformation, b is negative 1 because that's the coefficient of the x. H is 0 because nothing was added or subtracted to x. A is 1, that's a coefficient of the function, which you would find right here. And then k is 3. So remember, these affect the x and these affect the y. So we have negative x and then y plus 3. We're going to transform these points. And so we get 0 because 0 doesn't have a negative. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. Then the 1 becomes negative 1, 0 plus 3. And then the 4 becomes negative 4, 2 plus 3. And then the 5 becomes negative 5, 3 plus 3. Plot the points. 0, 2. Negative 1, 3. Negative 4, 5. And negative 5, 6. Connect. And there you have it.